It is day 142. Not such a great day, kind of misting, although it's better than being up there, which is the direction of Mount Washington, so I'm not going that way. 2 times up Mount Washington is enough. The Lost Pond Trail is actually the AT. But day 141, I took a rest day. The second time up Mount Washington really wiped me out. I'm really starting to get more tired. That and the White Mountains, like I said, they're the real deal. Not easy. My mind thinks I'm 26, but my body is definitely starting to feel it. So I am now headed out with a full pack into the Wildcats. So I got 22 miles in 2 days. Up and over several Wildcat peaks, a couple other mountains. I think there's a hut along the way today. It'll be nice to stop in. And this is the last 2 days officially in the Whites. And supposedly pretty hard and straight uphill right away. So, day 142. Got about another 800 feet of climbing up Wildcat. Definitely been one of the steeper mountains. Not right here, but it's been quite a few sort of ledges, slabs of rock. Not helped by the fact everything's wet, but pretty steep, that's for sure. But I'm looking at this. Looks like another guillotine. I don't know where the other one was, maybe in New York or something like that. I'm not going through this one though. It definitely reminds me of that other one, wherever it was, somewhere back a long time ago. At least it's not raining. It pretty much stopped right when I started this morning. It's awful dark, but everything is wet though. Trail. This is pretty cool though with the clouds. A little bit of sun there. Just see the road where I came from. A week or 2 ago I kind of dreaded these little wooden steps, but now they are a welcome sight. There's the visitor center, and this is a good example of Wildcat. That's when I just came up, and a little bit wet, not horrible, but just a little bit slippery. But I'm almost to the top. I hope. No, I am almost up there. Made it to the top of Wildcat and the Wildcat gondola. Where was that when I needed it? Headed that way, you can see the thru hiker ahead of me. You can tell it's a thru hiker. It's probably small, but the little red tag on his pack. North Conway in the distance there. I'm on top of yet another Wildcat. I don't know how many Wildcats there are. I think the top of the gondola sign, did that say Wildcat D, as in David? I think there's like A, B, C, D, maybe even E. And I think that's supposed to be a view there. Yeah, but I'm in the clouds. But yesterday, I'd be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to my Colorado buffaloes. My rest day yesterday let me watch. It's rare they're on TV. They haven't been very good the last few years. But my rest day let me watch them on TV. They were on yesterday, and even though they were down 17-0 at halftime, managed to beat Nebraska, which is huge. In my day, back in Colorado, I think I saw them beat Nebraska once, maybe twice, and it's been few and far between since then. So that was pretty cool. Came back from 17-0 down at halftime, took it to overtime, and won it in overtime. So go CU, go Buffs. This is Carter Notch. After a descent from one of the Wildcats. But what an awesome setting. And Carter Notch hut, I think, is just up ahead here somewhere. I looked at possibly staying there last night, but it was full Saturday night and all. There we go. Wow. Came down from up there somewhere. Still no moose. Carter Notch hut. That's a good view back down to Carter Notch and Carter Notch hut. So came down from there to the hut and just came back up that way. So I've gone up and over the Wildcats. Now I'm traversing, I guess it's the Carters. I've gone over South Carter. I think that is Middle Carter. And then big surprise on the other side of that is North Carter. But it's all in the clouds. Hardly any views or anything. I don't think it's too far to the shelter I'm going to. It's called Imp Shelter. First I got to get down this. I think one more mile. Pretty cool with the clouds flying by. Just about a 1/10 from Imp campsite and shelter. And I tell you what, every day you say it can't get any harder in the whites, but today, let's see, it was 13 miles and it's going to take me 10 hours, and the last probably mile and a half took like 2 hours or longer. Just wet, steep, never flat, that's for sure, but either straight up or straight down. And I think we're to the shelter, so that'll do it for day 142. Tough day, but it's over. Mulligan is underway on day 143, and it's a little chilly this morning. At the shelter last night, there's a caretaker at that shelter. Actually, it was his last day of the season. Spends 11 days on in a tent there, and then has like, I think he said 3 or 4 off, and has been doing that since May, if you can imagine. but he said there was a chance of snow flurries last night. I didn't see any of that, and it's pretty nice today, although it's cold. I think there were 5 other, a group of 4 section hikers and a separate guy section hiking as well. All good guys, no snorers, so I slept pretty good. Today hopefully is an easier day. I've just got like 8 or 9 miles to the Route 2 road crossing, and supposedly, according to the caretaker at the shelter, it is a lot easier than yesterday. That descent off of North Carter Mountain in wet conditions, steep, was something I don't want to repeat anytime soon, or at least today anyway. So should be a pretty easy day. A little better views than yesterday. I think that's my one climb of the day, Mount Moriah. And then I think it's supposedly, we hope, a gentle downhill for 6 miles or something to the road from there. But you never know. That's the way I came from, up there, I think over the ridge. What a difference a day makes. Climbing up on this stuff. It's dry this morning. Yesterday, same stuff was all wet. It's hard enough going up, but going down is almost impossible. But dry, it's manageable. Here's a good example. It doesn't look like much, but throw some water on it, throw some rain on it, and it becomes slick, slicker than you can imagine. I don't know if you can hear the road or not, but I am just about done with day 143, and more importantly, officially done with the White Mountains. Woohoo! That feels good, man. The White Mountains were tough. And it's not like I think the next 100 miles in Maine is going to be any easier, but it's nice to be done with them. They were extraordinary as far as the scenery, and definitely the most beautiful part of my hike so far, but definitely took a toll on my body. Feeling a little beat up right now, but somewhere today I passed 300 miles to go, so that is a nice milestone. Still feels like a long ways right now though. I can tell you that. See you tomorrow.